Hello. Divine greetings of this lovely evening to all of you. So, here I, Kunal Nagpal, welcome you all pure beings to this great economic session. And I really hope you all are having a beautiful time. So, dear guys, today's session is really going to be very thrilling experience. It is going to provide you a very thrilling experience, as it is going to be very fulfilling. We are going to start on a very positive note. That is, the theme of our session is whether we are winning or losing. We are going to have a very philosophical interaction, and the topic which on which we are going to talk today is regarding the upcoming budget, whether India is prepared for it in the true terms. So I wish to talk about this particular topic after having a brief discussion on the two philosophical aspects, winning and losing. So, my dear friends, how should we really approach the challenges that life presents us with? What does it actually mean to lose? Do we ever really lose? I know that you would be trying to introspect to these great philosophical questions, and our answers will greatly determine the outlook or the perspective we apply to the life's tests, and to realize what our lives are about. What are they really about? But before any challenge can be met, it is important to become aware of the nature of our thoughts and with what mindset we wish to succeed. That is of utmost importance, my dear friends. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna teaches Arjuna the right approach to any task and test. If from the outset we let go of our attachment to winning and surrender the effects to the divine, then we put ourselves into God's care, and we act as a basic trustee of everything, even the trustee of this body. Apply this teaching by always giving your best and never losing your hope. It is in desireless, selfless offering and worship of God that we surrender the fruits of our actions without the separatist thinking of me and I must win this. When we thus master life, we always come out stronger, and that's the real ingredient of success. And that's what makes a person a true successful leader in his or her life. Vedanta says that we should learn to keep our minds in balance. In other words, we can and should try to practice vairagya or detachment, no matter what the circumstances are. In staying detached and unperturbed by the external, we will find inner peace and strength to see through any challenge that life presents us with. That is, keep your spirits high. And you remember the discussion which we had yesterday, that a true leader is the one who is able to deal with any type of situation, and a person who is actually detached from his or her work which he is doing. That is, if a person is living in vairagya but still acting as a pure trustee, he will give his 100% to whatever he is doing or whatever he is trying to accomplish. And that's what defines the true leader. So, winning and losing are two sides of the same coin. It is in winning that we motivate ourselves and others to go further in life. At the same time, we can never lose. Life is an illusionary stage of duality. that presents us every moment with unique challenges that we must overcome and grow. It is just an opportunity that the life provides to us at its every step. It is how we act that makes all the difference to the evolution of ourselves and the planet. So first of all, before acting, it is how we think and how we perceive about a particular situation or a particular thing in front of us. That will determine how we will deal with that particular situation, and that will determine whether we will lead in that particular situation. That's the true essence of success. Next, my dear friends, before coming to our main topic of economic discussion, before discussing our main issue of economics, let's try to understand what are the three criteria to succeed. And the three basic criteria to succeed are talent, talent, talent. Mr. N.R. Narayana Murthy deserves credit for his admission that he was completely wrong in not allowing Infosys founders' children to take up active roles in the company he co-founded. So that is, we are trying to value the true talent. We are not supporting the hierarchical structure. We are supporting the talent. A talent should deserve a talent should have the opportunity to excel. The true talent should have the opportunity to excel. He said that the move, had it been allowed, would have eased the succession process and would have eased the selection. But what about the heights of the company? It turns the spotlight on the leadership and succession planning challenges faced by the Indian promoters. The predominant view that the professional managers are somehow more successful than the family members in running a business is actually misplaced. And now we have to hide, and now we have to find that hidden treasure only by changing this particular philosophy of the hierarchical structure. So, likewise, the notion that letting the family members take up jobs, the top jobs, may degrade the level of commitment and the sense of ownership among employees and lead to higher attrition rates is actually baseless. Of course, no undeserving candidate should be inducted in an organization simply because of the family ties. Talent should not be barred just because of genes, but the checks must be in place that weed out any nepotism. Competency holds the key for hiring the best talent that offers itself to fill the top positions. This is where the sound methods of selection by an independent board count. The candidates who would best address the interests of the company and the stakeholders and all the shareholders rather than just the promoters should make the cut. And they deserve the apple pie. An independent board must also have the willingness to rock the boat in pursuit of management accountability to the shareholders. It is equally very important for a selected family member to earn the respect of employees and let them know that she or he has the requisite skills to keep running and growing the business. And many of our country's biggest companies have grown through competencies enhanced within the family tree. Succession planning is the key to businesses, and shareholders do see value in accepting their promoters' influence across generations. So that's the real ingredient of success, that is valuing talent, talent, and only talent. And the results would obviously fructify in a positive manner. Now, my dear friends, we are going to have a brief discussion on today's topic of economic issue, which we basically had a brief overview in the beginning of the session. That is the upcoming budget of the Indian economy and whether our country is actually prepared for it. So the upcoming budget is also aspiring. It is being made with a basic intent to make our country self-sufficient for the next 25 years. And that's why it is called as Amrit Kal, as being claimed by our respected Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Our Finance Minister Dr. Nirmala Sitharaman recently said the upcoming budget will be set on the template that will prepare India for the next 25 years and follow the spirit of earlier budgets. Dr. Sitharaman asked the industry to work out the strategies as to how the businesses operating in developed countries can look at India as a production or sourcing hub amid recession fears in the West. So she basically stressed on the manufacturing sector, and we must put our best efforts to boost this manufacturing sector at our best capability. Though currently it is facing certain challenges, but we should try to put our best foot forward in order to enhance it to the fullest. India has brought in a lot of facilitation and tweaking of rules to attract the foreign investment into India, and is also engaging with industries who want to co-locate in the country, the minister said. Dr. Sitharaman, scheduled to present her fifth straight budget on February 1 for the fiscal starting April, had unveiled a massive public spending program last year to support the economy emerging out of the COVID-19 pandemic. She actually raised the capital expenditure by a massive 35.4% of the financial year 2023 to 7.5 lakh crore rupees in order to boost the demand. It is actually very inspiring and motivating for me, especially at a time when we are readying the next budget for the country, a budget which will follow the spirit of the earlier budgets, she said, addressing the industry body FICCI's 95th annual convention. The finance minister exhorted the Indian industry to take advantage of the likely long-drawn recession in the West, that is, to take it as a wonderful opportunity. As much as you are preparing yourself for a long-drawn recession in the Western world, in the developed world, I think it is also the best time for you to work out the strategies for drawing those manufacturers from there to India, she said. And for that, we need to enhance our manufacturing sector at our best capacity. On the diplomatic front, she said, India has been acting on China plus one, and it is also going to be Europe plus one. Plus one is becoming now plus two. The government is acting and brought in a lot of facilitation, tweaking of the rules, making sure that we sit and engage with those investors or industries which are wanting to move out. In the sense, remain there and search for one more destination or completely move out, she said. Vietnam, the Philippines or Indonesia are drawing a lot of attention, and India is also going to draw attention, and many of the industries are co-locating themselves, she said. She prodded India Inc. to focus also on manufacturing while rejecting the hypothesis that the country should basically not follow China's model of manufacturing-led growth. If there are voices suggesting that India should not be focusing on manufacturing, but it should focus only on services, then I'm sorry. No. We should be focusing on manufacturing. We should be focusing on newer areas of services, she said. And that's where our basic theme of winning and losing comes. That is, a true leader, a true winner never loses his hope, never loses the hope. And a true leader is always filled, the genes of the true leader are always filled with talent, and talent. And that's what they try to do, that is to upskill or upgrade the talent of his or her followers. And that's what our country's leaders are doing, and that's why they are the leaders, and that's why they are able to deal with any type of situation, my dear friends. And that's why we really need to applaud for them. We really need to applaud for them. This is truly fantastic, and that's the wonderful moment of pride for all of us. Now let's summarize that how we are heading towards a perfect future. The financial year 2024 budget to follow the spirit of earlier ones. India Inc. should focus on manufacturing. Besides China plus one, there is Europe plus one now. Industry should take the advantage of recession in the West. And my dear friends, this also helps me to ponder that if we can even attempt to be so opportunistic in these tough times, then what all miracles can we create in the normal times? This is really fantastic, and it really amazes me. This thought even amazes me that in such a period of global turmoil going on around us, one gets easily quite perplexed, perturbed, and confused. But even in such situations, our leaders are being so stable, so far-sighted, so opportunistic, with a wonderful presence of mind. We are definitely in excellent hands, my dear friends. And this really amazes me. And I really wish, and I in fact know that you all must also be swinging in this thought, which is worth a paradise. Yes, my dear friends, we are living in a golden era and heading towards a diamond era. Thank you so much. This was really a wonderful session, and I really wish you all take an excellent care of yourselves until we meet next. Till then, goodbye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.